Hello, and welcome to a Basic FX3 settings guide. First off, check your video format settings. Keep in mind that this video will cover manual mode, so make sure that there's an M in the top left of the screen. If there isn't, just click on the mode button and scroll until you find it. Now, click on the menu button and navigate to the red camera section. Go to Image Quality and scroll down until you reach File Format. Make sure to select XAVCS HD for 1080p video, or XAVCS 4K for 4K video. Now scroll down by one to Movie Settings. Here you can select your recording frame rate and your record color settings. Make sure it's set to 50,4208-bit, unless you plan to do extensive color grading, in which case you should set it to 50,42210-bit. Keep in mind this file setting will have larger file sizes and cause more strain on your editing computer. Now, for a quick reminder on how the three settings can affect an image. Shutter speed is how long the camera takes each frame. The faster the shutter speed, the less motion blur there is. Motion blur can make video shot at lower frame rates, such as 24, feel smoother. A good rule of thumb is to make sure your shutter speed is double that of your frame rate. So 1/50th of a second for 24 frames, 1/60th of a second for 30 frames, and so on and so forth. Aperture is how wide open your lens is. The lower the f-stop, the blurrier your background will be, and the brighter your image will be, as it allows for more light to reach the sensor. Consider using one of our Rokinon lenses if you want the shallowest possible depth of field. ISO is the digital brightness of your image. The higher it is, the brighter, but noisier it gets. ISOs between the minimum, in this case 40, to around ISO 2000 will have minimal noise, and it's a good range to stay in. You can adjust all of these settings to make for a well-exposed image. A good measure for this is to make sure your MM, or multimeter, reading in the bottom right is between negative 0.5 and positive 0.5, unless you want the image to be dark or bright intentionally. The range of this reader is between negative 2 to positive 2. Now, to adjust shutter speed, simply rotate the dial to the right of the menu button on the camera. For aperture, you can either rotate the dial on the camera grip, or, if using a Rokinon lens, by rotating the ring closest to the camera body. Keep in mind that the Rokinon lenses can't autofocus or zoom, but can give better low-light performance along with a blurrier background. Now, here's how to adjust the ISO. Click on the FN button above the dial, and navigate to the ISO setting, click on it, and then change it as you like. Button 5, or Focus Mag, can be used to zoom in on the image to check your focus. This can be especially useful for manual lenses such as the Rokinon, although keep in mind it will only work when using manual focus on any lens. Side note, you can also tap to focus on autofocus lenses, much like you would on your phone. You can adjust white balance by using the white balance button, number 2, on the top of the camera, and by scrolling until you find something that works.